Okay. So, and then I will share my screen. Here we go. So this is Deckable. And on this is the homepage of Deckable. And these are, I can scroll through all the different decks that I've got on my phone, right? And then I can pick any one of these and just open up the deck. But below that is my timeline. And on each given day, I can touch as many decks and have as many card readings as I want. And if I jump to, I can go back in time to last month and load up all the cards that I touched last month, right? So you can see what's coming up here, right? And I'll just go back to October. And so if I want to, I can pick this deck. So I've just picked one deck, and now I can choose 1, 2, or 3 random cards in one click. And if I do that, this is just one of multiple options, but I just get that. It shuffles the deck for me. I can stop the shuffle so I control the randomness, and I can literally pinch and zoom these. I'm literally doing that like on my phone, on my tablet, right? So I'm arranging the cards, and I can, if I want to, just flip the cards over one by one, or I can flip them all over together. And at this point, I could journal, right? Or I can just talk to my phone. Right. So
Is the journal function part of the system?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So now, and there it is in my timeline on the 17th. The last thing that I did was these 3 cards, and there's my journal entry, right? So it's, do you want to meditate on this card? I could just meditate on that card, and the shortest meditation you can do is 15 seconds. So I just pick a card and I can focus on that card for 15 seconds or 20 minutes. It's up to you, right? It's a very simple interface that lets you gather all the card decks you want, that you love, and then do everything you would do with a card deck inside Deckable. And this works, it works on your phone exactly the same as it works on the tablet, right? And if I was to do some, there's 2 really big schools of thought in card decks. There's the whole oracle, affirmation, tarot kind of thing, but there's also, if I just put in, there's a values deck. You can do kind of card sorts in a values deck. So here I'm going to do a card sort to see what I value, right? And so I can go, oh yeah, definitely out of these, I definitely value curiosity, friendship, gratitude, innovation, harmony, inclusion, right? So I picked a few things now, right? And now I can group these together and start to think, well, that's more important. That's cool. No, I've got it because I've got to whittle down my list. I can just get rid of that card, right? And I can choose and prioritize visually to say, you know what, that's important. So is that, and that is. I'm gonna lose that one, and that's now I've got my selection down to 4 cards, right? And so that's an example of how coaches can use card decks to do decision making on their phone, right? And you can use this with a team to collaborate, and anytime you do that, you can journal on it, you can meditate on it, you can choose from different decks. So for example, and the other thing, because we can integrate audio and video in here, I'm gonna pick a card at random from the Daily Ceremony deck. There we go, there's my card. I can flip it over. It's called Ceremony. So I'm gonna click on it, and
how long can the videos be for each card?
oh, sorry. Oh, are you hearing that, by the way? Because I've got my headset.
No,
Can you hear that?
no, I can't.
Okay, sorry. I just realized that because I've got my headset in normally. Share with, there we go.
how long can the videos be?
Videos. So, where's it gone? Where'd it go? There we go. Resume share. There we go. Oh yeah. So now if I'll just start that again.
Sarah,
Can you hear that now?
your breathing, your practice, your moments
There
of
you go.
touching in
Right.
with yourself are
Wow.
all a ceremony. How might you remember the most daily moments of ceremony today? Ceremony.
All right. So this is a deck Elena Brower is published with first with Sounds True. This is a deck she published herself, and that's been around for a while. And she basically re-engineered the deck for Deckable, and she added those like 15, 20-second audio tracks for each card, right? So it's a very beautiful, simple experience. You pick a card every day, and you just get a little starting meditation, right? So
Is it her own voice, Nick?
yes. Oh yeah, that's her. Yeah.
So she recorded all this audio individually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And-
I mean,
And
I'm-
is there a limit to how long the sound can be?
currently not, but I'm sure there will be, because the whole idea of Deckable or modern media is to keep it short and have
Yeah.
multiple cards with short sound bites, right? So I'm not really, I haven't specified a limit right now, but we will limit it if people start adding stupidly long videos, right? So we're not.
Well,
we're
no, I'm
like-
thinking
we're
of a
trying to-
minute, a
Yeah,
minute.
that's fine. Yeah, that's
Okay, great.
and we support YouTube videos, so you can basically use a private like an unlisted YouTube video, so or a public YouTube video, so you can attach that to your card and it plays directly from there. So with YouTube we don't have any limits. It's only if you upload stuff to Deckable, but YouTube we just grab the URL for the video and off you go. Yeah. So that's really pretty simple. And that's often all we need, right? Like a card deck usage is just sometimes can be just very simple. You start off, just give me a card and set my intention or affirmation for the day, right? And we've created this experience that just looks beautiful. The more, you can choose the different card decks that you want. Do you do oh, and by the way, we're not constrained by rectangular shapes, right? We can have transparent shapes. So this is a hexagonal card deck. So that's pretty cool. And you can have round card decks, you can have any shape you want. And if I show you
Do you provide instructions on how to use Deckable, or is that something that we need to do in our deck?
we strongly recommend that there is let me show you that. There is a guidebook. So take this deck here. There are 4 guidebook pages. So there's 42 cards, 4 guidebook pages and 9 spreads. Okay, so if I click on the guidebook, these are just cards from the deck that the creators put together to explain the deck. So that's about Susie, and then these are all pinchable and zoomable, right? So you get the full story behind every deck. So you can package you into the deck, right? And if you want to have an introductory video with the deck, you can do that too. So that's nice and simple. And then also, if you want to do a spread, so I showed you how to do 1, 2, or 3 random cards, and I showed you how to do a card sort. But you can also do custom spreads, right? So you know how spreads work in Tarot and Oracle. So you can create. We give you like some standard ones, but you literally can create your own. And creating your own is as simple as saying, give me 3 cards, and then you grab the card and you rotate it and you pinch it and zoom it to fit, and you arrange it visually as you see. Like everything, all these spreads here were created in Deckable as a user, not just, not in software code. Like you could create any of these. Like this Zodiac spread, like if I do the zodiac spread, there we go. I choose the cards. I can drop the cards into the zodiac spread, right?
Cool.
So that's pretty incredible user
Yeah.
experience to be able to do that, right? And when I've completed the spread, now I can just reveal the spread, and I could just flip over the cards one at a time, or I could flip them all. Right? And any one of these cards I can focus on, and then below is the description. What is the possible outcome? And then this is the description that goes with each of the card, with that card, right? So you get the description of the card and the description of the question and the statement in the spread, exactly as you'd expect, but it's totally dynamic, and you can create this for your deck, right? So I don't know if you've tried to use any other tarot apps, but this is just a non-contest, right? I mean, you're driving a Ferrari when you're doing this, and right now up to this point we'd be having like, you know, a clunky old Dodge truck. So this has got everything there that you'd expect from, but it's super cute, and it works just the same on the mobile phone as it does on a tablet.
Great.
And it saves it all away, right? So, and yeah, I mean, this is absolutely early days. Right? I'm not telling you that we've got 1 million users, but if you think we're not going to have 1 million users in fullness of time, and I have, prior to this, I was co-founder of a startup called Listly, and I took Listly from 15,000 users to 1 million users. So, you know, and I published a board game called Gift Trap. I sold 100,000 units of that game. So I have that, you know, the know-how to do that, the marketing and biz dev skills, but I'm also a technologist. So I speak cardboard and technology. That's where kind of Deckable is where it is, right? So, and all I can tell you is that the people who are coming to us have heard of Deckable through their friends, their fellow creators, who've come to, you know, who are raving about it, right? And because they see, like every creator I know is deeply frustrated by the cost of printing, the cost of shipping, right? And if you're frustrated, your customers are too. They don't want to pay $60 for a deck and $30 for printing. That's a lot of money. You know, you could choose to buy that deck, you know, on Deckable and have more decks. And the cool thing is, you know, you never leave home without this, right? It's always charged, and it's always in your pocket. So it means you've always got a card deck to hand wherever you are, and you can journal, reflect, meditate. That's really the big idea, and there's you know, that's it. That's all there is to do. And when it comes to loading a deck, you know, I'm not saying it's not vaguely technical. It's a little bit technical. We give you a spreadsheet, and you fill in one row in the spreadsheet for each card in your deck, and you put in the file names of the front of the card and the back of the card if it's different, and you upload that spreadsheet and you drag all your artwork into Deckable, and boom. Like, I loaded a deck for someone today. It took me 20 minutes.
Wow. We won't load mine.
Yeah,
I'm using Canva for my card design.
Yeah,
Does that
perfect.
work?
Yeah, absolutely. Because Canva, you can output from Canva as you export from Canva as a zip file, and it creates a zip of all the different images, right? And then we just take those images, and you put the file names of those images into the spreadsheet. You load the spreadsheet to Deckable, and then you drag all the images to Deckable, and it goes, oh, this card's from this image is from side 1 of card 3. This is from here, and it files everything away for you, and it's done.
Perfect.
Really,
Okay,
Really
great.
simple.
These are
All
my
right.
groups.
What's that? Oh, I didn't see. Oh, let's go. What's the? Oh, this.
They're trees
Yeah.
with
Oh,
the
we
messages on the back.
Right, love it. Yes, we had a meeting the other day, I think, didn't we?
No, we were supposed to, but you didn't do that.
Ah, I was
Right.
there.
No, I wasn't. I was looking for you, but
Oh.
anyway, it didn't happen. So here we are. Hi.
Right. Yeah. I knew your deck from because I try and look at people's decks before the meeting, right? So
Oh, that's fantastic.
yeah.
So it's
I
like
recognize
they're
that.
printed. You know, I got. I'm terrible with technology. but
right.
I've got this all done and I've got the files somewhere and all the things. So
Right.
how would that work?
Right.
And is there help?
Well, yeah, we basically there are people inside the Deckable community who'll help you.
Okay.
We used to do that, and it's not that we're not horrid about not doing it. It's just I'm overloaded trying to like
Yeah.
manage the whole process, right? So I've basically been pointing to people. There is a video, so you can watch the video, and
Okay.
if at the end of watching the video you think this is too much for me, I can connect you with some people who you can pay to do that for you. But it's really it's not that hard. Like if
You just got to get in a groove, it sounds like.
yeah, like if you decide the people who decide it's going to be hard kind of make it hard. If you decide
Right.
it's going to be fun and easy, it'll be whatever it is, right? So
Okay.
yeah, and you've already done the hard thing, which is making the deck, and you've done all the copywriting, and you've done the design, right? So
Yeah.
this bit's the easy bit. Yeah.
Great.
On the scale of things. Yeah.
Just a minor
Awesome.
thing, but I have different colors on the back for
That's
different
fine.
reasons. Can
Yep.
I do that with you?
Yep.
Great. Okay. And then, so how does it work? What is there a charge? What's the deal?
Yeah. So basically, we don't have an upfront cost, and basically, you load your decks onto Deckable.
Okay.
You set the price, and then basically there's typically a 15% commission from the App Store, depending whether you buy, if your deck's sold in Google or Apple or on Deckable.com. And then then we do a 50-50 revenue share with you after that. So basically that means you make 42.5% of your deck selling price.
Okay.
So, and then you set the price. And then the cool thing is on your deck, there's a link to buy the physical deck. So wherever you are selling your physical deck from, you can send, so people buy your digital deck and go, this is great, I'd love to own this deck. Then there's they can click on that link, go to your website and buy it. Right. So.
Okay. So back to the pricing part. My deck, there's 50 cards.
Yeah.
Plus 3 like guide and spread cards.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
And they sell for $35.
Right. Yeah.
So what would people typically do with that? Would they keep their set price with you the same or make it like half, or what?
So far we've been saying, and it doesn't, this isn't kind of fixed, but people have generally been setting the price to be half of the digital, be half of the print price, right?
Right.
So, and it often means you end up making more from the digital deck because by the time you paid for Amazon, printing, shipping, all of that stuff, right? It can add up to quite a lot. So
Right.
I mean that the economic, if you're selling thousands of copies of your print deck, then you're buying stuff at an amazingly, a great price. But most people are not doing that, right? So, and here we can ship your deck anywhere in the world instantly, right? So there's no shipping; it's instant download. It's just in your pocket. So, yeah.
Great.
So
Nice and,
So then it's like you have it organized that you pay out monthly. How do you do it?
yeah, we pay out quarterly in arrears, which is how Apple pays us.
Okay.
So
Okay.
then we give you full reporting, and we haven't. Yeah. So basically, you get full reporting of what's sold and then we pay you out digitally. Yeah.
that actually answered my question, because I wanted to ask you, how does it go? And is that why we didn't get any confirmation on purchases? So it's all done by you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like that piece of it, we do need to fill in that gap. Like, we haven't been sending out confirmations to people. It's very obvious that you've got your deck because you've got it on your phone, right? But we do need to send that paper trail with email, email confirmation. So some of those things we haven't done yet because it's just like
just want to know.
Prioritization of time. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because remember the last week you said tell everybody, so I told everybody to buy, and then some said I bought, but then I said I don't know that you bought, that kind of thing. So now I understand. So they must have bought it, you must have got it, they must have got it, but it's just that you confirm now it's not okay. Fine.
And we will very soon. We will have that very soon.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll know
I
know
agree.
that too, right?
I'm
So
fine.
Great.
Yeah, at least I know now.
yeah, no, it's
And
fine.
at least
It's
I know they buy. I was like, oh, maybe they didn't. They lied to me. No, but okay,
Right,
no, at least
right,
I know they did.
It's true.
Yeah, okay.
Do we get the contact information for the people who buy or just the numbers sold?
Just the number sold. We do want to do that, but we have, because of all the permissions issues,
Oh,
we
okay.
can't just do that, right? So we intend to let people opt in to what we do is we let you create a thank you note. So when your deck is sold, that person gets a thank you note
Yeah.
from
Is it
you.
current already or
Well,
not yet?
yeah,
that's-
I created something in the first card where I read a paragraph that I think is very appropriate for my audience. And then I say, if you want a hard copy, give me your contact information and I'll email it out. So
Right.
that's the way I solved that issue.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we have the thank you note that's working
Okay.
right now.
So,
and
it's all added in the CSV file.
You just-
Let me.
no, you just edit the deck. When you go to edit
Oh.
the deck, right at the bottom there it says thank you note, and you type in the
Okay.
thank you note, and you can include your email, your whatever you want to say, links to your website, whatever. Yeah.
Edit deck.
So
Yeah.
category would I be in?
Good question. I mean, is it
Tree-
an oracle?
Oracle, it's a spiritual thing, all of it
Yeah.
together.
So basically, oracle and spirituality probably. We don't have
A nature. or
we don't have
whatever.
a nature genre at the moment. Probably, I mean, in time, we
Okay.
will have a lot more genres, and when we add the genres, then we'll add the decks to those genres. I just didn't want to launch with 100 genres with nothing in half of them, right? So, yeah. So we have lots of decks in every genre, so that's good. But yeah, we will add more over time.
Okay.
So Carol, what genre is your deck in?
It would be business and personal development.
Okay, cool.
I'm talking about the superpowers of ADD and ADHD.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
like that was a book I read on that topic. By,
Yep.
I forgot his name now.
ADHD
Okay.
2.0. Ned.
It was the guy that started Harrow, help a reporter
Oh,
out.
Peter Shankman.
Peter Shankman. There you go. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Like he's a fun guy. Yeah, it's like a superpower. It definitely is.
It clearly is, but a lot of, and my target audience is business women over 40 because a lot of us still carry the shame of the things that we don't do. Well, I mean, as recently as a month ago, I was in one of these Zoom, meeting sessions, and some 50-something male financial planner, when I mentioned what I was doing, he said, "You can't say that, nobody will hire you." So there's still a lot of prejudice against it, and that's what I'm trying to shatter.
Right. Cool. No, that's great. That's
All right,
yeah,
well,
so,
you thank you. You've answered all my questions, and I mean, I missed the boat on how powerful this is, so I apologize for dallying.
oh, hey, it's an easy thing to miss. If you don't know what it is, you have no.
Yeah, well, I've registered as a creator
Okay, cool.
back
Great.
when you first launched, but then I was saying, seeing all these $4.99 books going, no,
Yeah.
no.
No, and I wondered that myself because I was like, oh my God, am I actually causing more harm doing this than and you just, I don't know. Like you have to just.
It's a marketing strategy. So
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Yeah, well, great. Yeah, there's just, lots to it. It's definitely, and, the best thing I could ask you to do is if you have friends that have decks, send them along as well, right? Because we're building an army of creators who will then recruit
Well,
armies of fans.
actually, I'm part of a coaching program out of London, and I've been talking about, because it took me a while to get over, oh my God, can I really expose my weaknesses to the world?
Right.
And I've been talking about doing this for a year, and now there are 3 or 4 people in the coaching group who are talking about creating card decks. So I will pass
Right.
your information along.
Yeah, no, it's a fascinating, because I almost feel like the decks are the new book, right? There was this 10-year period where everyone made business books to, you know, that was like the $50 business card, and now the deck is the new book. So it is good.
Perfect.
Nick-
This was great that you scheduled these sessions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thanks for turning up. Wonderful. Yeah, and
Nick,
here to help. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick, is it possible for you to share with me or us all the videos that you had with other groups, so that we learn more like that than rather like we had one-to-one, and then sometimes the question we ask you is already been asked, and
Right. I need to go publish. I have like half a dozen videos to go publish, and
okay.
I'm sure they're mostly incredibly boring, but if there's one gem in there that helps someone, it's worthwhile doing, right? So
Yeah, because like me, I'm a very slow learner, and because of the time difference and all that, trying to catch up and all that, and every time I get to speak to you, I learn like 1,000 things, you know.
right. Okay. Oh, by the way, your husband sent me an email.
Oh, you did? He did.
Yeah, he told me he said something about how he found the website was, you know, challenging or something, and I said, okay, well, can you be specific? What device were you on? What, you know, was it phone or, you know? I sent him a reply saying, can you be specific? And because that's amazing feedback. But what he said was too generalized, because I'm basically acting on anyone that gives us that kind of feedback right now. If it's concrete feedback and it's doable, we're making those changes to make it all, you know, better for the next person that comes along, right? So
Great. That's excellent, because he's in Australia and I'm in Singapore, and then like
okay.
so we got all this time different, and he's 3 hours ahead of me, and then I'm here. Then you are like 15 hours ahead of me. So, and this is what the new norm going to be now. I have friends in America, I have friends in Canada, I have friends everywhere. So I'm trying to get them to try, because I myself encountering this problem, and then I also don't understand a lot more things. And I ask them to get on board and let me know, or let you know directly what is wrong, so you can fix it.
Awesome. No, it's great. We're definitely listening as much as we can, right? We have, I mean, there's just so much energy and passion from the deck creators. When I love turning up to these sessions. They like fill me up with energy and positivity, because
Correct.
yeah.
And I'm going to be part of this impactful new you in Singapore, and then I'll be speaking, and then I'm going to like try to say about deck, but I need to try to explain like easy and clearly rather than confuse people. So I might have to write to you that separately.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome. Well, thank you for everyone for turning up for today, and I'm here, accessible if you know there's more sessions all the time. So catch up again soon. Thank you.
Look forward for your videos. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Thanks, Nick. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, Nick.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.